So this is your in-cabin lab. First thing you're going to talk about is your fuses. You're going to say I have a spare fuse for every amperage in the vehicle. Second, my fire extinguisher is properly mounted and secured. It's in the green. It's a 10 BC or higher. I have 3 red reflective triangles underneath the passenger seat. Alright, those are your 3 pieces of emergency equipment. Now we're going to talk about our safety equipment, which is our seat belt. My seat belt is properly mounted and secured to the cab and to the floor. It latches and unlatches, which you're going to demonstrate. Your belt is not cut, torn, or frayed. And most importantly, it's adjusted to you. Alright, or adjusted to me. So once I do that, then you're going to start the vehicle up. Do what we call safe start. Make sure your brakes are out. Vehicle should be in neutral. Just turn it on. Once you start the vehicle, you're going to talk about your ABS light. You're going to see my ABS light came on and off between 3 to 5 seconds. Then you're going to go to your gauges. My oil pressure gauge is rising to the normal operating levels. My water temperature gauge is rising to the normal operating levels. My voltage meter is between 12.4 and 14 volts, and it's not fluctuating. Alright, which is right here in the center. My air pressures are rising to the governor cutoff between 120 and 140. Alright, once I do that, then I do something I call Let Me Work with Warning Helen. LET stands for lights. My left turn signal indicator works. My right turn signal indicator works. My 4-way indicators work. And my high beam indicator works. That's LET. B, mirrors. Left, right mirror, properly mounted and secure. They're not cracked, bent, broken, or missing any pieces. They're clean and clear, and most importantly, they're adjusted to me. Alright? Work. Windshield. Windshield properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked or broken. It's clean and clear, and it's got no illegal stickers. Wipers. You're going to push the button in on the end. Wipers, properly mounted and secure. They work in a squirt. The rubber is sitting against the glass, and it's not cut, torn, or frayed, or missing. So, warning. City horn, highway horn. Helen, hot Helen. Turn your this to the mix, heat on, fan on. My heater works, and my defroster works. You know, reach down and on top. Just get that off, turn that back to cold. So that is Let Me Work with Warning Helen. Alright? So now, I want to tell the examiner for the second time about my air pressure. I want to see my air pressure is at the governor cutoff between 120 and 140. Alright? Once I do that, I want to do my tug test. I push my trailer brake in first, which means I'm testing my tractor brake. Just put the vehicle, put my foot on the brake, put it in drive. I just got to take my foot off the brake. If I don't move, I'm good. Alright? Then I switch them. I pull my trailer out, push my tractor in. Now I'm testing my trailer brake. Same thing. In gear, take my foot off the brake. I don't move, I'm good. Alright? So now, the important thing is to make sure both brakes are in, because you got to do your service brake test. Once you push those in, you don't touch them. Alright? So now what we're going to do is we're going to move forward about 5 miles an hour to make sure the wheel doesn't pull to the left or to the right. So we're going to give it some gas. And we're going to slowly push on the brake with our hands on either side of the wheel. It did not pull to the right or to the left, so my service brake works. So now for the third time, I'm going to tell my examiner my air pressure is at the governor cutoff between 120 and 140. That's the third time you're going to say it. Alright? Once I tell him that, I turn the vehicle off. Remember, brakes have to be in. And keep my foot on the ground. So now what I'm going to do, I got to turn my key back on once I shut it off. Alright? Because that way the alarm comes on. Once I do that, I want to tell my examiner what I'm going to do before I do it. So I want to tell my examiner on my leak test, which is my first one, that I'm going to put my foot firmly on the brake, about 2 inches, wait till the needle stabilizes, wait till it stops moving, and then I should not lose more than 4 psi in a minute's time. Alright, so now I'm going to do it, now that I've told them what I'm going to do. Put on the brake, wait a second, stabilize, start my stopwatch. I'm going to sit here for a full minute. Because you're recording, I want to cut it down to about 15 seconds, but during the test, when you test, we're going to do it for a full minute. Alright? So we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. All right, my minute's up. Take my foot off the brake, set it on the floor, turn to my examiner, say, okay, I did not lose more than 4 psi in a minute's time. So now you're telling the results of your test. That's just basically a pass. You got to give numbers at the beginning and at the end. So now I want to do my alarm test. Same thing. I want to tell them what I want to do before I do it. So I want to say, okay, I want to fan my brakes. My alarm should come on at 55 psi or higher. Okay. So then I fan my brakes. My alarm came on at 55 psi or higher. Okay, so my alarm works. So now I got to do my buttons test to make sure both buttons pop out. All right. So now I'm going to fan the brakes again. Both buttons should pop out between 40 and 20 psi. So now I want to do it. Trailer should pop out first. Both popped out. So both buttons did pop out between 40 and 20 psi. That concludes my lab. All right. Any questions on that?
No, sir.
So if you make a mistake, you can take it twice while he's sitting there. All right. So if you realize, oh crap, I forgot to turn my key back on, or I left the motor running, stop. Let's say I need to restart my test. Turn the vehicle back on. All right. Wait till you build a pressure. When the alarm goes off, you can push both brakes in, because remember, they have to be in to do the leak test.